this gentleman and his team are making a game where you date sexy hot versions of the Supreme Court Justice.
So the sexiness of it was never the big focus.
The big focus was always going to be like showing people that sphere of politics, right?
Well, I'd say that, but also the comedy style of like Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. We really wanted to marry that visual style and that sense of humor with stories and knowledge that will help people in the real world.
Yeah, and as you've all seen, video games are a great medium for teaching these particularly tricky parts. One of the examples I use for like games which teach, I mean, this was political history, not current politics, but Super Rad Ray Gun, where you play basically a Game Boy with a laser gun. And at first, it appears to just be like a jump and shoot.
Yeah.
But it actually takes you through like Reagan-era American politics.
That's so cool!
Yeah, and breaks it down in that environment through the medium of ridiculous storytelling.
Yeah.
Which is great. Like
that's so good. That's so good.
And because Rad Raygun is this super positive, super chipper, upbeat character, he can ask these fun questions, and the game can respond with real historic events that went down.
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I love when games trick people into learning something important. It's so important. So yeah, we wanted to focus on the fun atmosphere, and a byproduct is that we teach people about the only branch of government that serves for a lifetime. So the knowledge that you accumulate playing this game, that's going to be helpful 20, 30 years from now.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some stuff. Sorry, we have to lean down to read your comments and feels, peoples. So if you've got any really good questions, you might as well just
capitalize them.
Yeah, just capitalize them.
Caps.
It really helps.
Yeah. We're asking you, please yell at us. What are Notorious RPG's kinks? Right? I guess I'll sort of reiterate. In this game, we're calling it a judicial friendship simulator. So it's all about spending time with the justices. We're taking some DNA from dating games, but really it's closer to how Mass Effect handles dating. So it's like there's a main storyline. You can hang out with people on the side, but that doesn't change the main story.
Yeah, I apologize. I kind of upplayed the comedic, sexy parts of it.
We were definitely leaning into that until like 2-3 months ago. So,
and then everything changed.
Oh no! Oh no!
But Ruth's fine.
Yeah, she's doing good. And in our game, dating sims and visual novels have kind of like characterized, characters turn up to 11, and so we've taken the real life interests of the justices and sort of built the game characters around those. And so in the game, Ruth Bader Ginsburg is like, she's a DJ, naturally. So she's, nightlifing as a DJ, coming up with the music. And now I'm alone up here talking about my game. So those are the kinks. Those are the kinks she's got, is music.
There were just some minor problems, so I was just checking in, making sure that we're still blepping some out. Chiton says, I'm so sad I never got to see Kayla's bedroom eyes.
Let's keep it a secret, alright? There might be some, there might be some Easter eggs in there. We'll see. So the Kickstarter for this game is launching on Valentine's Day, February 14th.
Yes!
So, be on the lookout for it. I will be blasting everybody. I will be on your show, hopefully, maybe.
I'd really like to... And, without the technical problems of streaming from a bar in Seattle, I'd love to have you back on the show and talking about this, because, I mean, jokes aside, being able to tear into these spheres of politics in a manner that actually teaches people a thing, like, that's important. And games can do that almost better than other mediums.
Games are such a good way to teach people. And there's challenges, The bar is higher for our game than for many others because we're trying to actually portray important lessons.
Indeed.
But it's just it's so important, and I hope that people agree and will support the Kickstarter on Valentine's Day, February 14th.
Whoop, whoop. Caffeine shouting across the internet says, "So what brought you to the premise?"
What brought us to the premise?
I'm just gonna get my point.
The original co-creator of the game and I were always tossing around game ideas. We had like this game design meetup, and we would just grab coffee or grab lunch and just talk about games.
Yeah.
And we had this idea. He's a political scientist, and I'm a games guy. And we came up with this game that was like Persona, but for Congress. And we talked about it. It was a fun idea. And then we decided, number one, Congress is boring. Nobody likes them, and they go away very quickly. They serve for 2 years. And number two, there's too many of them. So we couldn't really tell a meaningful story with those characters.
Okay.
Then we hit upon the Supreme Court. There's 9 of them. That's not too many. They serve for a lifetime. There's an opportunity for real impact here. And most people, especially in our age demographic, don't know who they are.
Oh my god, it just hit me.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court Justice served for longer than the average Power Ranger.
Wait, how long do Power Rangers serve? There's a term limit?
Yeah,
This is news to me.
Yeah, they have to be mighty morphing teens with attitude.
No, you're thinking of the Ninja Turtles. They have to be teens. They're stuck in a time loop. They have to be teens. Power Rangers could get old. I think they just die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they just die off.
Wow, that just got really dark.
Am I wrong?
I mean, Rita Repulsa's been at it for a long time. There's a lot of dead Rangers around.
Yeah.
God, I wonder if she keeps the morphing belts of them.
You have to assume, like, put your feet in Rita Repulsa's shoes for one moment.
She was locked in a capsule for like 1,000,000 years.
Yeah.
Like, and she doesn't get children to fight for her. Just saying. Just saying.
I feel like we're verging on Rita Repulsa did nothing wrong. And I need to rewatch the series before I'm willing to make that claim.
I'm not saying I'm a Rita Repulsa apologist, but it's going to be annoying.
Boy.
Shackle Dakota's just screamed, "Happy launch day!"
Launch day. Thank you. Yeah, we're hoping Valentine's Day helps us get shared more. I think a lot of people don't take the day off and are completely unreachable on Valentine's Day. So hopefully this will help us get the message out more.
Well, true, and
It does make it harder to have a launch party.
true that. And we both know the games media around that time are real hungry. So, dude, I was part of a Valentine's Day promotion one year where we got a bunch of really crap Valentine's Day gifts. You know, like those I Love You bears and heart-shaped lollies and stuff.
I don't know.
They're awful. We bought a truckload of them and shot them with high-powered weapons. Now, we've talked about this before. Real firearms are terrifying and scary. The idea of them is awesome.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you've ever seen a gigantic a bear about the size of half a person get shredded by a minigun, that's a thing that will stay with me for most of my life. We decapitated the remains with a gladius. It's actually a throw cushion on my sofa.
Okay.
That's a thing I did in my life.
Folks, reduce, reuse, recycle, all right?
Yeah. If the bits still work. That was a weird time. But
I imagine so.
Joking aside, what we found out was that around that time the games media is really hungry for stuff to talk about. But games companies don't tend to do good promotions around Valentine's Day, so...
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Good stuff.
once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question, block caps.
Please, all caps. We're begging you.
Because Lizzie's asking the hot button issues.
Yeah.
Favorite Power Ranger?
Favorite Power Ranger.
Favorite Power Ranger?
So I'll be honest, I haven't rewatched the series in a long time. So when I was a young man, I was partial to the Green Ranger. I imagine that's a popular choice, and I like to be very counterculture, and I want to pick the unpopular choice, but a Green Ranger. It's all good. He had the flute, right?
Yeah, and the flute was also a knife.
He was a bad boy. You know?
Yeah, and the thing is, the flute isn't traditionally known as a badass instrument.
Yeah.
And he stabs Mother Hubbards with it.
Yeah.
They put a flute in a knife. He kills people with it.
And he dies, right? He dies. Which confirms my theory that there's a high turnover among the Power Rangers.
Because he was the White Ranger when he was evil, and then he was the Green Ranger when he came against the good guys'
Very,
side,
very
right?
Gandalf inspired. Well, what's your favorite Power Ranger?
That's a hard one.
You can say green, it's fine. It's not that hard.
He has a dragon Zord.
No, that's Dragon Sword.
Also, he was the only one of the team that didn't need the others to fight, so he's essentially got his own proper mech, but then he can team up with the others to be more powerful. Whereas, the Red Ranger,
Just like you, Will. Perfect.
And it is now. And cheers all. Dude, they actually bought me a pint. Like,
Who's they?
the people watching.
Oh, the people. That's very cool. How did that work? Venmo?
PayPal. Someone just went,
Very cool.
I donate this specifically for the purpose of beer.
Very
Like,
I feel like if I made my Venmo information public, people would just request money from me. Because like strangers would be like, "Can you give me $5?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." That's fair enough.
get bullied over the internet. So following up from favorite Power Ranger, favorite Supreme Court Justice.
I mean, so this is in our Kickstarter video. I mean, it's a boring answer. Everybody's favorite, Ruth Bader Ginsburg is my favorite. And she was, aside from, Phoenix Wright, she was the other big inspiration for the game. She had a lifelong friendship with her sort of ideological opposite in Justice Antonin Scalia. They would have heated debates on the court, and then they would go out for lunch and go to the opera together, and they were very close friends. And I want to believe in that world where people can disagree strongly but still get along with each other. And that's why I'm making Supreme Court chip.
I think that's really cool. I think that's the dream that we all want to believe, that these people will fight hard for ideologies and beliefs that benefit us, but then are still a group that works together. There's no external malice beyond their professional. Quickly skimming on, Shackled Draconis would like to point out that the Dragon Zord, never destroyed, it still sleeps under the ocean, waiting to be called.
Okay. Which ocean?
Which ocean?
The Pacific?
I mean, it's probably because...
Man.
Oh yeah, so it's got to be the Pacific. Although, how basically all those coastal areas didn't get wrecked every time it came out to sea. Also completely random fact, the guy who did the Power Rangers bootleg, that super gritty reboot, same guy who's producing the Castlevania animation series.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's
and
just so good.
Who did Dread 3D or Dread DD or whatever it was.
I don't know what that one is.
Oh, basically, think The Raid, but with Judge Dredd.
Okay. All right.
It's a good film.
All right. I mean, Castlevania guy did it, so we good.
But once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question, thought, or feel, scream it in all caps. It really helps us see.
You guys are too polite. It's just not working for this setup. I appreciate the politeness, but we're going to need some screaming.
Indubitably.
Chat bought you 3 drinks. Great. So, also, I have a drink ticket. No, I give it away. I have garbage. That's what I have.
This doesn't help the situation, but I'm glad for you.
I had a drink. I'm good. Good to go.
So dude, thank you for coming down. Lamentably, because we've had some small technical issues coming away from the bar, we're kind of late wait here, so I'd like to go fish out some guests.